It's the worst physical thing I've experienced in my life. The septic tank gave way, the lid, and I fell through and was hanging in the septic and struggling.
Another Shoalhaven Water podcast, presenting community information your way.
People don't know about it because people don't want to talk about septic tanks, so therefore it's like it's been a secret. But people have to know. Hello, my name's Cate. I live at Budgong and that's where we are today.
My name's Steve. I'm next door neighbour to Cate. I'm the guy who got Cate out of the septic tank.
So it brought me to researching because I thought, I didn't know this could happen. Let's see. And I just Googled septic incidences and then I discovered there's 5 kids in 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
New Zealand World News Tonight. And from Australia, where a child has tragically drowned after falling into a septic tank.
I'd hate for a child. I know children have died and I don't want that to happen again. It just shouldn't happen. If people are aware, if they're aware that it can happen, knowledge is power. So if parents are aware that septic tanks exist, because a lot of people don't know that, and that they're dangerous, there are risks, then the parents would do something to try, hopefully, prevent the kids from going near a septic tank. There's got to be something in place to stop that from happening.
The problem is just even warning the people in our area, that's all fine, but we get people from Sydney don't even know what a septic tank is.
Yeah.
So if you might have some friends come down and the kids run around and the kid falls into a septic tank, they didn't know. It's like it needs to be sort of Australia-wide.
Yeah, everybody needs to know. I know that Shoalhaven Council can only cover the Shoalhaven, but we've got to start somewhere.
Yeah. What I see as a builder, the concrete lid is about 60, 70 mil thick. And what they've done, they've got formwork and they've laid the steel on the formwork and then poured the concrete. So all that steel wasn't in the centre of the concrete. It's rusted away. So all it was chalky concrete left. So there must be thousands of them exactly the same around the country.
Yeah.
It would have been in that condition, I would say, for the last 15 years. So every 15 years, you should replace the lid of your concrete tank.
The cost of a new tank lid is only $450.
After 15 years, that's $30 a year to do it. Put $30 aside and go, after 15 years, I'm going to have to replace this lid.
And if people can't afford that, they shouldn't be living on properties that have septic tanks, yeah.
Or there's a mechanism that goes over it, being a mesh or whatever, that sits over the top so it's impossible to fall in. Warning signs, fences don't work. Kids are not going to take any notice of a warning sign or a fence. They'll climb a fence. So it's got to be something on top of the septic tank that makes it impossible to fall through. And if it's got to be pumped out, you can unlock it, put it up. That's the only way I'm going to go with this thing, is it's got to be impossible to fall in. I can't see any other way of doing it.
Children can't continue to die in septic tanks in something that is a totally preventable death. Most people say kids play on them because it's a flat concrete slab.
Playing cricket, set up the stumps on the septic tank because it's nice and flat.
Even the holiday parks and places with Airbnb, these kids don't even know what they're playing on. Even the parents probably don't know what they're playing on. But it's common, it's an everyday occurrence. People walk on septic tanks, they take them for granted. I was never aware that they fail until now, and it was a big shock and a hard way to find out. In 2 days' time, it'll be 3 months since the incident happened. Steve got onto the septic tank people for me. The tank's been checked. They feel that the actual structure of the tank is still adequate. It's the lids that give way, mostly.
You mentioned that your new lid
Yes.
is almost here today.
Yes.
I wish they could interrupt us almost.
I do too.
Could that be closure, Cate, for you and the experience?
It won't be the end of it because I really feel like I'm going to bore people for the rest of my life about this matter. I'll be very relieved. I haven't felt like I can go away on a holiday while that lid's not on. So I'll feel better in that way. I feel relaxed and be able to go away. But yes, as far as closure, well, we're making steps. I don't know, the doctor is worried that I'll have some delayed reaction at some time, but I think moving forward and getting this out there and known is helpful.
It's got to be impossible to fall in.
It's got to be impossible to fall in, yes. Thanks.
Thank you, Steve.
No worries.
The Drop, a Shoalhaven Water podcast presentation. For more information, visit shoalwater.nsw.gov.au.